Brexit's been in the news now. Derrell, how does that affect beef?
Well, I think there's several stages to the impacts of the British exodus from the EU. Obviously, the first one is just a lot of uncertainty. Markets have been in turmoil this week. The principal impact on ag markets in general and beef in particular is through the exchange markets, the currency exchange. Obviously, stock markets are reeling still a bit as well in a more general macroeconomic sense. But the uncertainty is the first stage, and some of that will subside here relatively quickly as we get past the initial shock and past some of the initial uncertainty. I think the second stage then will be a transition, which probably will take several years. We don't know the timeline. That's part of the uncertainty in the short run. But, even once it's announced, they're saying a couple of years to negotiate. But really, the final transition probably takes 3 to 5 years. And then the final stage will be sort of whatever permanent impacts, still exist at the end of that. And again, at this point, we really don't know what those are. There probably will be some, although when it's all said and done, the net impacts are probably not really huge, but there will certainly be impacts relative to what we have at this point.
Now, a lot of talk about that has been the currency rate with the dollar. How's that going to affect potential beef prices?
Well, for many months now, we've had a strong dollar. That's presented headwinds from a trade standpoint for beef in terms of hindering exports, making our beef more expensive, and also supporting imports of beef. This adds to that by making the dollar even stronger. The uncertainty has had global markets, and it's not just the pound, the British pound, or even the euro, which are directly impacted by this agreement, but really it's impacting most currencies. It's made the dollar stronger to most currencies. So it's a much more global effect, and that just adds to those headwinds here as we go forward. It's going to slow down the sort of correction that we've been anticipating in beef trade that will get better over time, but now this probably means it'll take even a little bit more time.
Here we are the first weekend in July, and we're at the halfway point in 2016. Can't believe that. Where are we looking as far as beef prices go?
Well, at the middle of the year is seasonally the peak in beef production. Cattle slaughter has been large. We know we're moving generally into larger supplies anyway. And so, beef production is kind of at the seasonal peak. We've seen, wholesale beef prices and fed cattle prices come down recently. We've got, everything's already in place for 4th of July. And so now we're looking past that into the rest of the summer and so on. In general, we've got that seasonal pressure and we've got the underlying growth in beef production. At the same time, I would argue that we're in pretty good shape right now. The beef industry, the feedlot industry in particular, is more current now. Cattle carcass weights have come down. So even though we know we have challenges ahead with more supplies, I think we're in pretty good shape right now to handle that. And the other indications are that beef demand is remaining very strong. So again, challenges ahead, more supplies ahead, and at the same time, we're in pretty good shape.
Okay, thank you much. Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.